All right, we should be good to go.
All right. Yay. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this call. Whoever invited you to this call, I hope you know they are really presenting you such an amazing opportunity. I know for myself and Shana and Andi, the two other ladies that I'm hosting this call with, we can all say that coaching has seriously changed our life. I've been a coach almost 4 years now, and I'll share my story in a little bit, but I'm just blown away by how much I've changed as a person, how much this has given our family. How many friends I've made. Like, I didn't know Shana or Andi before this, and now I can truly say they're some of my closest friends. And I'm just so excited you guys are here. I hope you just kind of soak this in and just kind of think if maybe you could fit this into your life, because I truly believe that coaching could work for anybody. There is a part of coaching that could help you in your life today, whether it's the fitness and the health, whether it's growing your own business, whether it's just meeting some new people, meeting some new friends, and having a huge support group of people that are cheering you on and encouraging you. I mean, there is something for everybody in this business. So we're going to take the time to, like I said, share a little bit of our stories, talk about how Beachbody's impacted us, and most importantly, just talk to you about this coaching thing. Like, what is it that we actually do? I think people hear, oh, you're a Beachbody coach, and they're instantly like, wait, are you a personal trainer? Are you kind of come to my house? Like, what do you actually do? So we're going to kind of break that down for you, explain to you what coaching is, talk to you about how much it costs to get started, talk to you guys about the income potential, and just kind of share with you what's worked for us and how it's changed our lives. So I think Shana is going to go ahead and kick it off, and then she's going to pass it to me, and then we'll let Andi go ahead and end the call. And then at the end, I think we'll open it up for a couple questions, just in case for those of you that are on, if you have any questions, we can answer them for you. So Shana, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead. Let me screen share with you guys because we have a PowerPoint presentation that we wanted to share with all of you. So I want to just kick off just by sharing a little bit about who I am so that you can kind of get a background on who I am and what it is that we're going to be sharing with you. So my name is Shana Howell, for those of you that don't know me, and I've been coaching for just over 2 years now, about 2.5 years. And I was a complete skeptic when I started. And I think that that's really important because I know a lot of people come into this business having known a lot of people that do MLMs and things like that. And there's a lot of really skeptical people out there on what this can really do for your life. And I remember when my coach, who happens to be Andi on this call, first brought up the coaching opportunity to me, and I thought she was a little crazy. But I had really started in a challenge group with her. And in that challenge group, I really got to know that these programs were something that were working for me. And Shakeology, which I had not yet tried, was something that was working for all of these women in the group. I loved the community of women that I got to meet in these groups. I loved being able to share my journey with people who were going through the exact same thing that I was. And so I decided, you know what? Shakeology is working for all these people. I've really grown to trust them and love them throughout this group, and they have still become some of my closest friends to this day. So I decided to really dive in with coaching. I had lost over 30 pounds actually after having my C-section with my son through Beachbody programs. But one of the things that I was really hesitant on the business side of things was how introverted I was. I was a very introverted person. I wasn't one to go out there and build relationships and meet new people. I think I had about 200 or so friends on my Facebook when I first started. I had no idea how to network myself, how to network market, how to meet new people. I was drowning in debt when I started, which was a big driving factor for me behind what it was I wanted to do for coaching, because we had medical bills coming in. We were living off just my husband's income, which wasn't a lot. And we were living off of borrowed money from my parents, which was really hard for a first-time mom. We're trying to build a family. We bought this house. We were so excited about it. And then we realized that we were house poor and we were just drowning in debt. And I thought, I've seen people make this happen. Kellie was actually one of the people that I saw who was really working her business and making this happen. And I thought to myself, why can't I do that too? There's no reason why I can't do the same things that these women are doing. So I dove in kind of head first with the coaching opportunity. And one of my very first goals in this business was to cover my own costs, because I could not afford it. I put my Shakeology and my challenge pack on a credit card and I could not afford to pay for it. So I had to really work my first month in getting out of my comfort zone, breaking out of my comfort zone, talking to more people, and that's something that I was able to do. I've been able to cover my costs since month 1, and my income has just grown since then. My second goal as I got started was to help my husband get out of the job that he did not like. He was supporting our family on his one income, and he hated it. He hated what he was doing. He was former military. He was in the Marine Corps before, and he really wanted to do something that was going to impact his community, impact other people's lives, and that just wasn't something he was able to do. And so what I have been able to do since I started coaching was make enough income so that he could quit his job and do something he was really passionate about, which is become a police officer. He's currently in on-the-job training as a police officer, and it's because of Beachbody that we were able to make that happen, that we're able to take that pay cut for him to actually do something that he was really passionate about. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I wanted to keep going and just share with you guys what it is that we do as coaches. So as coaches, I know a lot of people think, oh, I don't really understand what you do. I see you posting on social media. I know you run these challenge groups. I think a lot of you have probably come from our challenge groups. But we do more than just help people with their fitness. So first and foremost, what do? We share with others. And I think that that's really important to understand, because we aren't going out there and just selling these products to people. We are sharing what it is that's working well for us, which means we're doing our workouts, we're drinking our Shakeology, we're really putting out there the lifestyle that this has created for us and sharing that with others to build that trust with them so that they think, I can do this too. And I think that's one of the things that really sold me on it, was I was watching my coach go through the motions of doing her workouts, drinking her Shakeology, sharing this with people, and it really made me think that I could do this too. So that's one of the first things that we do as coaches, is just share with others what it is that we're doing and what's working really well for us. We're here to be a friend and help people to reach their full potential. We are all about relationship building in this business. And it's something that I think is really special about what we do. It's not like selling lip scents or something and you just show the color and say, hey, look at this cute color. And then of course people want to buy it because it's a cute color. We are building relationships with people, building trust with people so that they can understand what it is that we're doing and how we can help them and how we're very similar. So, a lot of the coaches on the team, a lot of the challengers that I've had in my groups have become some of my best friends. And it's really inspiring to be around a bunch of like-minded, inspiring, motivated people who really want the same things in life as you do. We're here to be a product of the products. Like I said, we're all about sharing what it is that's working really well for us. So a big part of that is making it work for us, getting your workout in every day, making sure you're drinking your Shakeology every day, eating clean, and sharing that with others. And I think that that's one really cool thing about this is I've heard a lot of times people say, I have a hard time with my own motivation. So how can I help others with that? Being a coach is what helps to keep me motivated and accountable because I'm sharing that with others. And how am I going to share it if I'm not doing it myself? So being a product of the product is really important. And I will say when I first started, I wasn't in the shape that I wanted to be in. I wasn't to my goal weight yet. But being a coach has helped me to get there. We're here to hold others accountable. A lot of you guys have probably come from the challenge groups where we're checking in every day with you. We're helping people not only set what their health and fitness goals are, but making sure they're taking the steps every single day to reach those goals. And I think that that's a really important part of what we do as coaches because I never want to be the person that just sells something that's going to sit on someone's shelf. I want to make sure that they are really getting the most of what these products have to offer and that they're getting to their goals and they're following through with the program that they purchased. We host virtual challenge and focus groups. So our challenge groups, most of us run them either on Facebook or through a really cool app on your phone. And this is where we bring people in and just share what it is we're doing. We share meal plans. We share tips and tricks of things that we've learned that have worked really well for us so that other people can use those and start to see success as well. And more than anything in those challenge groups, that's where you give people that daily support. You build that friendship with not only your coach, not only your challengers, but with other women in the group who are all going through the same process as you. And I will say for me, that was huge. Having that community of people who were not going to judge me, who were going through the same struggles that I was, and I was seeing them be successful and get their workouts in and drink their shake, and that got me inspired to do it as well, especially on those days when I didn't want to. We're here to grow ourselves. One of our vital behaviors as a coach is personal development. And this is something that I will admit I skipped at first, and I wish I wouldn't have, because now I'm such an avid believer in what personal development can do for you. It's about working on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. That's what we do as coaches, is become the best versions of ourselves and help others to see the best versions of themselves and do that as well. So we do a lot of reading, we do a lot of trainings, we have YouTube videos, there's all kinds of ways to just grow as a person. I know when I first signed up, I did a lot of personal development on leadership because I didn't have a leader role before I was a coach. So I did a lot of reading on how to become a better leader. And it's amazing how the personal development that I've done has grown beyond my coaching experience and my coaching career, but into other aspects of my life too. I feel like it's made me a better mom, it's made me a better wife, it's made me a better friend. So really growing yourselves. Living healthy and inspiring others, I've already touched on that a little bit, but just you have to walk the walk so that other people are seeing what it is that you're doing, are inspired by it, and want to join you. We set goals and then we set goals again. And I think that this is really important because as a coach, you're going to start to reach some of these goals that you have, whether they're fitness goals, whether they're personal growth goals, community goals, financial goals. And as you reach them, then we're all about continuing to raise the bar a little bit higher and go for bigger and bigger goals. Surrounding yourself with amazing friends. And this was a huge part for me because I was brand new to Arizona when I started coaching. I didn't have any friends here. I barely had any friends on Facebook. We had just moved back from Spain, where my husband was stationed. So we were kind of all over the place. And for me, I just wanted a community of people that I could go to and I could talk to. Being a new mom was a little lonely. And having this community of people that I could talk to not only about my fitness and my nutrition, but about being a mom and the struggles that I was having with that really helped. And you just get to be surrounded by positivity. You'll notice as you go in your coaching career that your newsfeed on Facebook starts getting filled up with really positive people, other coaches, other challengers, people who really want to better themselves. And I don't know about you, but who couldn't use a dose of positivity every day? So that's been really amazing. And then last but not least, we play on Facebook. And I joke all the time, I get paid to take pictures and play on Facebook. And really it's true. We're just taking pictures of our life, sharing our life, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy or glamorous. It's just what you're doing throughout the day that's going to make you relatable and connect you with other people. And really that's what we do as coaches. The question that we get quite a lot is, do you already have to be fit to be a coach? And so that's why I wanted to touch on this really briefly, because no, you don't. I definitely was not where I wanted to be when I decided to be a coach. Every single one of us has had transformations during our coaching career, whether that's from day one as a challenger to where you are now, whether it's you get pregnant while you're a coach, which Andi and Kellie have both been through, where they've had a baby and then they've had another transformation during the coaching process. And I think for me anyway, being a coach is what's really pushed me to get that transformation, to really stick with my plan and stick with my goals and get to the healthiest point I've ever been at. So these are just some of the girls who are on our team and their transformations that we wanted to share with you. But every single one of us, whether it's a physical transformation or an emotional transformation, we've all had them, and you definitely don't already have to be fit. And I kind of think it's better if you're not already super fit, because you can show people as you go the transformation you're making and your progress as you go step by step through these programs. So now I'm going to pass it off to Miss Kellie.
All right, I just had to unmute myself real quick. All right, hi guys. Okay, my name is Kellie. I have been a coach for about 4 years now. I'm currently an 8-star diamond, 2-time elite coach, which doesn't really mean much to you guys if you're not a coach, but just kind of shows that my team has been killing it and that we're helping tons of people, and that's kind of what that reflects. I can say, very proud to say, this is my 3rd year as a 6-figure earner. I am a mom of 3. I just had my new baby girl 5 weeks ago, and then I have 2 little boys. And I'm blessed to say I am a baseball wife too. My husband plays baseball for a living, so we travel all over the country playing for random teams. I mean, we've moved over 40 times in the 7 years we've been married. And last year, my team, which Shana and Andi are part of, we ended the year ranked number 51 in the company, which out of over 400,000 coaches, it's huge, and a huge accomplishment for our team and for me. As far as my story as a Beachbody coach, so I signed up, like I said, almost 4 years ago when I had my first son. He was 1.5 years, and I was traveling with my husband for baseball. And like Shana had kind of touched on, being a mom can sometimes be isolating. And I'm very smart. Like, I went to college, and I had my MBA, and I worked in corporate America, and then I quit to support my husband and travel around and be a mom. And I just felt like I was losing kind of who I was. I was kind of bored with just the play dates and the to-do lists and playing with my son. Well, I loved being home with him. I absolutely loved it. Don't get me wrong. But I just felt like a part of me was missing. I needed to challenge myself and give myself something for me. So a friend of mine had posted on Facebook a transformation that she had using the Beachbody products. So I reached out to her, and I joined a challenge group, and I fell in love with the workouts. I fell in love with the community, and then I decided to jump in and coach. When I brought up the coaching opportunity to my husband, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but when I brought up the coaching opportunity, my husband kind of looked at me and was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He was worried that I was going to jump into something and fail. He was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I told him, "You know what? Let me just go all in for 6 months. I'll give it 6 months, and I'll see what happens." So I just went all in and just kind of put my head down and learned as much as I could and did my workouts and tried to inspire people and invited people to join my challenge groups. And after about 6 months, I remember I got a paycheck, and it was at the end of the month. And I remember I told my husband, I said, "Babe, do you realize that I could pay our mortgage this month?" Like, I had made enough in that month that I could have paid for our mortgage. And that was such a huge eye-opener about where this business could take us and what this business could do for our family. So 6 months later, I kept going. And 6 months later, at my year anniversary, I doubled that. I was making about $1,000 a week. And I was just shocked and blown away. And I don't like to share money because sometimes, I don't want you guys to think it's all about money, because it definitely isn't. The coolest thing, I think, for me was that I was providing financially for my family while doing something I absolutely loved. I loved working out. I loved motivating others. I felt like I had found a piece of myself again. I'd gained my confidence back after having my first baby. And I just felt like I was so happy. And it sounds so silly, but if I could write out my dream job, Beachbody coaching would be it. Shana, you want to switch the slide? I don't remember what's on the next one.
Yep.
So, all that being said, like I went through my first year, I would continue to be successful. I continued to add to my team. And, like I said, this has been the biggest blessing for me, for my family, that I'm able to stay home with my 3 little ones. I work between 7 and 15 hours a week, and I'm making like 5 times more than I ever was at my corporate job. So the potential is huge. And the nice thing, and I know Andi's going to touch on this, is you don't have to spend a ton of time. You can stay home and spend tons of time with your kids, or do the things that you love doing and still make a full-time income doing this. But we always like to, share the disclaimer. There's no guaranteed income. It's all based on your hard work and your dedication and what you do in this business. So how do you earn money? So all that being said, how do you actually make money? So you make 25% commission on everything that you sell as a coach. You also get a 25% discount on all of our products, which is amazing. On top of that, as you start to build a team under you, you start making commission on their sales as well. The nice thing about Beachbody is there's no pressure to sell. There's no quotas that you have to meet every month. I know other multi-level marketing companies, you have to sell a certain amount every month to maintain your membership. Well, that's not the case with coaching. You don't have to purchase a certain amount of products every month to maintain your coaching membership. There's no requirements whatsoever. You can build this business as slow or as fast as you want. You can buy as many products as you want, or you don't have to buy anything. There are no requirements when you sign up to coach. The other nice thing, you don't have to stock products. So I don't know if you guys have seen like the LuLaRoe leggings. You don't have to have your entire closet full of your product to do this. You don't have to stock anything. Beachbody ships, stocks, does all of that for you. You don't have to host parties. You're not going to be asking your friends if you can come over and host a Beachbody party at their house. You don't have to do any of that, which is really nice. And it takes the pressure off you and off your friends that they're not going to be responsible for your success. The other nice thing, you don't have to do advertising. I'm sure if you guys have turned on a TV, you have seen a Beachbody commercial for P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, PIO, you name it, they are on TV all the time. It's basically free advertising for you and for your business. They handle all the credit card information. They handle returns. They handle customer service. Your only responsibility is inviting people to join you and helping them get results, period. That's your only job. The rest of it, Beachbody takes care of for you. And like I said before, your income is a direct reflection of how many lives you change. So if you are changing tons of lives, your team is helping tons of people, then your income is going to continue to grow every month. So what does it cost to get started? It's super cheap to become a coach. If you to get signed up, it's $39.95 to sign up to be a coach. If you are military or married to military, it is free to sign up. So that's kind of cool. After that, it's $15 a month to maintain your website. And that just means Beachbody is updating the website, and that's where people can go place orders from you. So Beachbody just takes care of that for you. So it's $15 a month to maintain your coach membership, and there are no other requirements. Or you can actually sign up for free with a challenge pack. So we actually just launched this amazing challenge pack. Basically, you get a year-long online membership it's called the Beachbody On Demand. And what you get is all of the workout programs that you see here, plus any other workout programs that are released within the next year of your membership. So for an entire year, you get all of these trainers, all of these workouts, plus you get 1 month of Shakeology, you get a shaker cup, you get a customizable meal plan, and you get portion control containers. So you can get basically everything you possibly need to start getting in shape and eating well and taking care of yourself. It's $199 plus your coaching fee is waived. So you basically save $40 right there, and you get a year-long membership of workout programs, which ends up being about $16 a month. And that's way cheaper than most gym memberships that there are out there right now. So that's huge. And that's kind of the no-brainer to sign up, honestly, because it's free and you get access to like every single workout that we made. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Andi.
Hey guys, so I'm Andi. I have been coaching for a little over 3 years now, and when Kelly said it's changed our lives, that is most definitely true for me. And I always like to say I was a total skeptic as well, just like Shana was saying, which is funny when I hear her talk about it, because she was one of the first people I invited to join my team. And so I understood, and I still understand that feeling of being skeptical of this. Before Beachbody came into my life, I had actually been approached by really good friends to join other network marketing companies. So my whole thought about network marketing was like, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm a nurse. I've gone to school for, many years to do what I do. And I love my job. I loved my job as a nurse. And so I wasn't really looking to do anything else. But God placed Beachbody in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. It helped me lose 30 pounds twice now. So I'd like to say I lost 60. Just kidding. But I lost 30 pounds with my very first challenge pack and being involved in challenge groups. And at the point in which I finally said yes to coaching was about 6 months into my journey of working through different challenge groups. I continued to lose the weight that I had always carried around my whole life. I always kind of yo-yoed the same 20 to 30 pounds that I needed to lose to be healthy. And the only way I ever did it successfully and a way that I'm able to maintain is with Beachbody. And I think it's because there's 4 things that we have to offer people that will change their lives that nothing else has. And that is really the workouts in combination with Shakeology, which completely maximize your results, along with the support we give as coaches and the nutrition side of things. So all those things combined are like everybody always asks like, what's the magic pill? Because people who knew me prior to Beachbody, I still get questions like, what are you doing? And that's exactly it. That is how coaching came into my life. As I was losing weight, people were approaching me. They were saying, oh my goodness, because they knew the old Andi who could never lose weight healthily and keep it off. And so they kept asking me, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? So I was referring all of my friends to my coach. And she kept encouraging me to sign up to be a coach. You'd be great at it. You should sign up. And I was like, nope, I like my job, not looking to quit. No, thank you. Once I came around to the idea of signing up, I remember telling my husband, and a little bit different hesitations than Kellie's, but his comment was, because I was not at my goal weight yet, oh, if I was going to coach, I think I would want to be, perfectly fit. And that was his nice way of saying, like, you're not quite there yet, but I'll support you if you want to do it, was pretty much his thing. And that kind of lit a fire under me to be like, you know what, I am going to do this. So I signed up, and the rest was history. I fell in love with this community of people. And like Kellie had mentioned, I literally worked my business for a really long time in an hour or less a day, because at the time that I started coaching, I was still working towards my own transformation. I was working 2 nights a week at the hospital. I had 2 kids under the age of 3, and I also taught a childbirth class in the evenings. So I was very busy. I had a very full plate, but yet Beachbody worked perfectly into that lifestyle because it's something that I wanted so badly. And I saw the potential in it, not at all from a financial standpoint, but from a health standpoint first. And that's what I genuinely love to share with everybody around me. So about a year into actively coaching, I was able to replace my income. And that was a little bit later, after I had my 3rd son. It kind of hit me that I could actually do this full time, and that if I didn't want to go back to work, I didn't have to. I could stay home with my boys. And that was always a dream of mine. I know I mentioned a couple times now that I loved my job as a nurse, and I did. It was my dream job. But being home is something that I always wanted to do, and I just didn't think was possible. So I was faced with my maternity leave ending and realizing, oh my goodness, I built this business to a point where I can choose now what I want to do. So I chose to stay home, and I haven't looked back yet. That was about a year ago, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I don't regret it for a second. I've enjoyed every moment being home with my boys, and now I get to do things like this at night. So it's super fun. So now I'm going to switch gears and talk to you about, what does your first month as a coach look like? I get the question all the time. Shana already covered what do we actually do, but I want you guys to really feel confident in the fact that we are here to mentor you. Just like we're here to mentor you through your health and fitness, we're also going to mentor you as a coach. So in your first month, one of the most exciting things is you will get added to our team pages and recognized as the newest coach on the team, which is super fun. You're basically having an added community of people, kind of like a challenge group, because we've all been in challenge groups before as coaches, where we can celebrate you and teach you and cheer you on right alongside you every step of the way in this process. You'll have all the resources at your fingertips in that team page if you have questions, and we will first focus your first month on your transformation, because if you don't want to be a salesperson in this job as a coach, then the best way to do that is to get the best before and after photos ever. Like Kellie and Shana mentioned, you don't have to be at your goal to start as a coach or even to be a coach. Absolutely not. But coaching will help you get there. And so what we like to focus on first is your transformation. If you've been in a challenge group before, then we will just help you continue on with that as you're learning the business side of things. And if you haven't been in a challenge group before, that's where we're going to focus first, is helping you rock a program for 21 or 30 days first and focus on you and really get into the challenge groups and learning how to be a challenger first and then rock your business as a coach. That will give you a really solid foundation of your business. During that first month as a coach, we will also be mentoring you as a coach, and we'll be teaching you the vital behaviors to build a really solid foundation for your business. Like I mentioned, I built mine in about an hour a day with a very busy schedule in the beginning of my business. And that hour wasn't always all at the same time. Sometimes it was 30 minutes in the morning before my kids woke up, and then 30 minutes at night after they went to bed. Sometimes it was a little bit during nap time. But we will teach you step by step what we do to reach out to people, to network people, what we do on Facebook, how we invite to our challenge groups, how we run challenge groups. We will work at your pace right alongside you every step of the way. So that first month does not need to be overwhelming. It will be fun, it'll be exciting, and we will match your pace and your effort for whatever your goals are for this business. You will have amazing training. I love the training that Beachbody offers, especially with the way that we do this as a tribe and as a team. I remember driving to work at night, and I would listen to these team trainings from our upline, and I would just eat it up. I just loved that our community as a team is so awesome at sharing is caring. Everything they've done to be successful has been handed to us on a silver platter. And you've heard our story so far, but one thing we haven't mentioned is the team that we are all a part of, our big, I always like to call our grandma coach, and several coaches before us are very successful in this company. And I love that because I feel like we're learning from the best of the best. So we will give you that one-on-one training as we've been given as well, and help you to find success in this as well. We also each have our own team training websites that we will connect you with that have trainings all the way from what to do as a new coach, all the way through rank advancing and everything you could ever possibly need to know about how to build a business, whether you want it to be, like I mentioned, something that's just covering the cost of your own Shakeology, or if you're looking to build a 6-figure business and beyond, we have a whole training website prepared for you to teach you all of those things. Every Monday morning, we get some training from our corporate office, which is what we call the National Wake Up Call, and it's awesome. You'll get to hear kind of what's going on for the week from the corporate side of things with Beachbody, anything new coming out, any sort of announcements, as well as you'll get to hear from top coaches in the business and coaches who are doing things well. And like I mentioned, sharing is caring. They share with us their top tips for what they're doing well and what's working in their business. And they also share their setbacks. You'll see in this business that a lot of times you'll fail forward, and that's what we're here for as a team, is to overcome obstacles. And like Shana was talking about, you're constantly learning and making yourself better. We get to hear all of that from people who have come before us and people who are working this business right alongside us as well. It's really inspiring. We also have weekly team calls where we get together and we will share on a few topics and work together one-on-one, and come together as a team to kind of see where everybody's at and what they need help with, or what's going well and what's working. And like I mentioned, one-on-one mentoring from your upline coach, whether that's me or Shana or Kelly or whoever invited you to this call, they will be there for you. We will be there for you to mentor you all along the way, just like we are with your health and fitness. That will be our role as your upline coach as well. All right, so I have a question to ask you guys. Where do you truly want to be a year from now? That is a scary question. It's interesting for me because, like I had mentioned, this isn't how I thought of this business from a financial standpoint in the beginning. I just genuinely want to share people, and from that, I was able to grow as nice business. But what I'm trying to say is you can build a full-time income with this without working full-time hours. And that's exactly what I did. I work more hours now because of my vision where I want to be a year from now, and the size of the team I have is different. In the beginning, you can legit work 1 hour a day with all the step-by-step tips we give you and build a solid foundation for your business. And even still, I do not work anything close to full-time hours right now. I am a full-time mom, and that is where my time is spent. And when they go to bed, I work at nighttime, and I'm definitely not up all night like I used to be at the hospital. So I am most definitely building a full-time income and beyond, and I am not working full-time hours, which is amazing. There's not very many things here on this earth that can provide for you what coaching can provide for you without years and years of education and a ton of time. And I just love that about coaching, because The money you make is a direct reflection of the amount of people you help. And if you're willing to talk to a lot of people and hear their struggles and help them get beyond their struggles, then you will have a very successful business and beyond. And it will be so rewarding for them and for you. But I have to ask you, are you willing to take the leap? Because it can be scary. And if you're like us and, maybe you're a little nervous and maybe there's people in your lives who are doubting this, you have to decide that you're going to jump and you're going to trust us and trust the process and know that this can be something truly amazing and truly life-changing for you and your family. Whatever you do, choose you and make this year simply amazing. Whether you want to be a discount coach and you just soak up that 25% off and enjoy your Shakeology, love it. If you want to be a hobby coach, we kind of think of that as somebody who's covering their own cost and, maybe you make some commission here and there, great. We will help you do that. And if you want to be a business building coach and beyond and just, completely transform your life in every aspect, we are right here for you to mentor you all along the way. So you really have nothing to lose. Like Kelly was talking about, this is life-changing and life-giving, and we want to help you see that for yourself. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, we're going to open it up now.
Doesn't look like it.
No. Shana, do you want to unmute everybody?
Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? Anything that we've gone over that you're not quite sure on?
All right. Well, definitely reach out to the coach that sent you to this call. And if you guys have any more questions, you can reach out to them, or you can obviously reach out to us if it was us. And thank you for taking the time to just jump on here and see if this is a good opportunity for you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.